g'day insiders, here we are again on a Thursday. We're actually heading off into Bangkok again with my buddy Todd.
Here again.
There's my buddy. He's not my gig, he's my buddy, okay? Jesus Christ, you guys, really. But today we're going to talk about getting lost in Bangkok because we're going to have to find the hospital. But Mayor Groves is in the hospital at the moment. And since the last video we just went out, I think there's a lot of discussion here on how do you budget on $30,000 Australian a year? Is it doable? Well, we'll give you both our opinions on that once throughout the day. You know, just a little coffee stand here. You know, you and your, what are they? Starbucks and 30 baht. 30 baht for a coffee, mate. That's what you want. That's real living in Thailand. Oh my God, really. Anyway, stay tuned. Well, here we are. We've actually sort of popped out of the MRT here at Padangal, Rama 9. That's the big Central World, Central Plaza, and of course we've been over here before. This is the Fortune City Mall, if you want to come out to Fortune City. But yeah, as you can see, we've got a bit of rain, so now we need to either wait for it to abate or look for a taxi. We were going to catch a motorcycle taxi, but yeah, you're going to get quite wet doing a motorcycle taxi in this sort of thing. So I'm not going to bother doing it. And while I'm thinking about it, after doing that video with Pat the other week, the other few days ago, we were talking about memberships and Patreon and things like that. And he says, why aren't you promoting that more? And I'm going, well, you know, a few years ago it was very much on the nose for a lot of people in Thailand that you did that. But he's been having a lot of success with it. We've had it for so long. So look, as I said, we've got a link down for Patreon and for the channel membership, so you're quite welcome to join that. It keeps us what do you call it? Enthusiastic is the word, yeah. I'm always trying to come up with something new, like out and about in Bangkok and getting lost and looking at the weather. Like there's another taxi there. I think we missed that one, but have to see if we can get another one. Anyway, the thing we're doing today here, we're trying to get to the hospital. You know where the hospital is.
It's Bangkok Hospital.
Yeah, Bangkok Hospital.
Yeah.
This is where our friend Rob is.
Mayor Groves.
Mayor Groves, you know him as Mayor Groves. He's had a few complications health-wise, but from what we understand, he's fully recovered now. Well, not fully recovered, he's in the final throes of being recovered. There's a taxi there. No, taxi. Yeah. Well, that wasn't too hard. A few drops of rain on us, we're good. But yeah, we would have normally got a motorcycle taxi and sort of, we're going to film him on the front back of one while I'm on the other one and sort of navigating around through the back streets here of Bangkok. But hey, it's raining, so there you go. We don't get a chance to actually film much inside the hospital because, it is a hospital after all, but God, it's a big place. Tell you what, amazing. And trying to get in here was a drama as well. It's all flooded outside. Oh, sorry, water waiting to drain.
Well, that's not.
So we've got instructions that we really can't shoot anybody here in the hospital, but he's our mate. This is Rob.
Got the graft, did they?
He's recovering quite nicely.
Yeah.
Another operation at the bottom here.
Yeah.
When they cut that, they tear it all apart.
Yeah.
You have to move the nerve, the vein.
Yeah.
The bottom of your tongue, on your ear.
Yeah.
The nerve's a bit stretched.
Yeah.
It'll come back.
Yeah.
It'll rejoin, yeah. So you're looking like you've lost some weight, buddy.
I have, mate.
How many kilo?
Oh, yeah. 7 or 8 in a week.
7 or 8 kilo a week.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you must be dying for a beer. No. Anyway, we won't do too much of the filming. He is in recovery mode. You're getting out tomorrow, from what we understand. Yep. So, and we're just on the road to recovery, and
2 or 3 months.
2 or 3 months, and we're going to barbecue at Charm. Sounds like a plan. Hopefully.
The speech comes back a little bit more.
Yeah.
Well, it was good catching up with Rob.
Yeah.
Yes, he's looking quite healthy. They sort of seem to indicate that they want to do a follow-up radiation treatment, not a what do you call it? Not a chemo, but just a localized radiation treatment. We're not doctors, but so it's nice of them to sort of make the ideas and suggestions there. But how about you let the guys go through recovery first?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Anyway, he's looking like he's look. We'll be doing a trip down to Charm and a barbecue in a couple of months. We'll sort of obviously follow up with him then. Or we'll probably even catch him on the live stream on a Saturday morning. But yeah.
He won't be talking, he'll be texting.
He'll be texting, he won't be talking, exactly. But outside that, we're heading off now to Trong Lo. Once we get on the BTS and we get a bit more, a bit more access to some transport.
Yeah.
Because quite frankly, you know, the water waiting to drain out here is looking a bit ominous. The rain stopped, of course, but this is honestly, I don't know how people deal with this traffic. It is, you know, like this is what, 1:30 in the afternoon, and it's crazy.
It's like peak hour anywhere else.
I think it's worse than peak hour.
Oh.
A little bit of water on the road, or maybe it's not even the water, maybe it's just the fact that the back streets here into the hospital are just jam-packed all the time.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're not here to ask the questions why, we're just here to enjoy ourselves. So enough is enough. Let's go and have a beer somewhere.
Can we?
Well, I don't know, a beer or?
No, it's Smirnoff Ice.
Smirnoff Ice, I think, yeah, something like that. Well, the taxi ride was a bit of an interesting run through the back streets there from the hospital down to Trong Lo station. I don't know how the taxi drivers cope with the traffic in Bangkok. It is absolutely amazing. Anyway, but once we got on Trong Lo, we know our way around. We didn't get lost. We didn't get too lost. It was taking us on some crazy little back street, I suppose, scenic tour. But hey, they know the way around. I don't drive in Bangkok anyway.
I think it was quicker. It was quicker than if you went straight through and came back.
Yeah. So it's all good. Anyway, so we're going to stop in and have an aperitif up at Susie's place. So we'll see you when you get there. Here we are, back at Susie's again, as usual.
Funny that.
I think that angle's just got to put it down just a fraction more. Anyway, so here we go. The car. You want health food, a healthy drink. That's it, yeah. Okay, couple. Oi. Yeah, so here we are back at Susie's, helping ourselves to Smirnoff Ice. And a relaxing afternoon, settling in. We'll head back home in a couple of hours. We're not going to stay here all night.
It's not going to be a big night.
No, because we got meet up tomorrow night. So getting onto the subject was the video that went up public today, or yesterday, which was, I've got to remember the name of it now, You Can't Take It With You.
Yep.
What was happening, we got a few comments on the channel there, and we got some people sort of seeing that, having a bit of an issue with the $30,000, when mentioned the $30,000 a year as a, what do you call it?
A budget.
As our budget.
Yeah.
Is that enough? And other people also sort of saying, yeah, well, it's good to know what a budget would be. And I've got a person, I think, in the camera. Hold on a second. Just to excuse me, sir. I'm shooting a video on YouTube. Is that okay? You don't mind being background? That's okay, it's all right. Just want to let you know, that's all, because there is a new ruling, okay? No, we're talking about budgets.
Budgets and how to live here.
Living here in Thailand on a budget, yeah. You're quite welcome to be in the video, but some people have an issue, But yes.
Thank you.
As I say, that bottle might be in your vision there as well. But yeah, so when it comes down to the $30,000, okay, so got to square it up about the whole, like you got to have this future that you're trying to look at a crystal ball. What's it going to be like 10, 15, 20 years from now?
Yeah.
And that's a real mystery. Okay, my investment portfolio or my retirement portfolio is pretty much future-proofed. It has a fairly high gain aspect.
Yep.
Of course, it's not been performing very well for the last 2 years because the pandemic, and now we've got war in Ukraine and a number of other things, and of course the governments around the world were giving away money for 2 years, and people not understanding, well, you give it away somewhere, it's got to come back somewhere else, and this is why we got runaway, well, it's not a runaway really here in Thailand, but the fuel prices are having an impact.
Yeah.
My Kalman guy is still 25 baht. My Kapal Mul, that's still 25 baht.
And my Emerald bar is only 30 baht.
And your Emerald bar is still, they haven't gone up yet, but they will go up maybe 5 baht somewhere or 10 baht. So you got to understand this. Like you were talking today with Rob when we're in there. Somebody, your mother was saying.
I was speaking to my mum, and she went. Well, my mum's a pensioner, of course, so she's on the basic pension back in Australia. She lives frugally, but she gets by.
$10 a lettuce.
$10 for a lettuce, and $48 a kilo for lamb.
$48 a kilo. That is ludicrous. What are we paying? I think what we're paying, we're at 160 a kilo for 160 baht a kilo for pork at the moment.
Yeah.
I think chicken's coming in around 120 baht a kilo now.
Yeah.
Depending on what part of the chicken you buy. So if it's 120 baht, that'd be equivalent to $5 a kilo.
Yeah.
So 160, that's sort of $7 a kilo for pork. There is a complete different paradigm in the cost of living. And although I try to avoid the cost of living discussion because, you could if you really wanted to live a Thai lifestyle, the average Thai wage or income, they say, is about 15,000 baht a month.
Yeah.
Right? They have got a sort of minimum wage here of 300 baht a day. And don't forget that 300 baht a day could be a 10 to 12 hour day.
Yeah.
Depending on the slave driver that you're working for. But generally, the average Thai manages to live, within reason on 15,000 baht a month.
Yeah.
Chanya brings in about 20,000 baht a month on the salon. I give her I don't really give it to her, basically what we make here on the incomes from YouTube. Well, that all that's her stuff.
Yeah.
Right? It's because she's a star. She's the star of the program, and I'm only too happy. Like, it's not in my budget. I don't need the money, but it definitely sort of fills the gaps.
Yeah.
Again, that's why we're going to start plugging the Patreon and the membership.
Yeah.
Again, I don't know what to offer people.
Well,
right?
It's offering information. Well,
we got the information. I've always had the idea that the information is free.
Yeah.
Right? There's a caveat now. There's a little bit of a learning curve that you need to go through on your behalf, as opposed to me being totally available everywhere. Yes, I have Twitter, I have Facebook, I have Minds, I have Instagram, I have all these social network contacts, but there's only one place I talk. Right, apart from the YouTube channel, and that's on our Discord.
Yeah.
We get back to this whole Discord thing. If you're not in there, you're just not part of the gang, right? But people come and go. It's like a coffee house or a pub. You just bring your own beer.
Yeah.
If we're not in the voice chat rooms, there's information and text channels there that you can go through. You can ask questions. You can sort of add your own input. You can suggest video content. You can do a bunch of stuff, right? But I didn't really want to go through and explain this to everybody. But it's about time we really talked the talk, because it's things are changing out there. The whole landscape is changing.
Yep.
You know, okay, I'm evaluating that $30,000 a year, you know, as as that stipend to carry me through to the end of days. It's hard to think about it. Like, they're talking medically the fact that within 10 years we'll have you'll be able to pop a pill and you'll live to 120, 130. I don't know how well you'll live to 120, 130, but they're saying, well, if you've got the money for the pill, then you can live forever.
Yeah.
You know? That's another story. We'll do that story if you're only. We're always looking for content ideas. Like, there's so much shit in my head.
No, I don't want to go down the Highlander way. Who wants to live forever?
Who wants to live forever? Yeah. But Todd's been around. He knows the traps. He's been in media. This is why we get along so well. It's like a couple of buddies, a couple of brothers.
Yeah.
It's like our lives have, been two, trajectories that finally crossed over here and said, oh my God, amazing.
Yeah. What's the term? Brother from another mother?
Yeah, brother from another mother.
Yeah,
That's we've used that one many times.
Yeah.
But it comes down to that sort of whole idea is the fact that, you're always looking ahead, right? As I said, my budget, although I'm a little bit over budget at the moment, I've got a slush fund which covers that. I've not actually touched my superannuation, which is a personal wholesale fund. I'm totally in control of that and how it's structured and everything else. I don't have to answer to anybody. There are superannuation rules, or in America you would call them 401k rules. And I'm not quite sure what they call them in England. I haven't paid much attention to that shit. But yeah, this is a structured thing. Mine's high gain, but of course with high gain comes higher risk. You've got the similar type of setup.
Well, my setup is like being ex-military. I've got a military pension.
Yeah.
It's good. It's not high pension or whatever. It's enough for me to look at and go, okay, if I'm smart about it, I'll be okay.
Yeah.
But leading up to me getting discharged from the military, I made some hard choices about, okay, I need to invest.
Yeah.
Like many people, I went through a divorce. Luckily for me, my divorce was amicable. But that does give you financial setbacks. You've got to basically start from ground zero again. So when that occurred, I really thought long and hard. The way my body's been abused and the current, I suppose, I wouldn't call it lifestyle, but the current work style I had, my body's not going to be able to continue full-time work. My mind, particularly because of military service.
And of course the military treat you as a broken tool. We don't want you anymore.
Well, I mean, you look at it, the military is a pointy end industry. You have to be on song, you have to be on top, you have to be at peak physical fitness. And that's what they need you for. If you can't provide that, of course, you become a liability. Understand that, it's not an issue, it's just the concept of militarisation. So when I became a liability, they said, thank you for your service, bye-bye. So what do? I can't work because of medical issues, I can't. So I was lucky enough, through DVA, Department of Veterans Affairs, all that sort of stuff, I've got my pension. So do I have a lifestyle in Australia where lettuces are now $1, lamb's now $48 a kilo, or do I sort of look at something that I'm interested in, and that's living overseas? I've always been interested in languages, either through military or through personal things. Learned Japanese, spent time in Japan, Thailand, another option. So what do? Living expenses versus lifestyle expenses. That's how I looked at it. So if you've got a set income, you know you're going to have that income for a long period of time. Do you outlay high levels of expenditure for your lifestyle, i.e. Western living, or do you outlay lower expenditure for an Asian lifestyle? And it's a no-brainer.
Although we've got a few Americans here that want to relive that high-so American-style life. Yeah, like I said, like a $30,000 a year budget, I couldn't live where Jerry lives.
No.
Right,
And-
that's my budget. You
And
know?
with Chris.
and Chris, yeah.
Lovely guy. But again, that's their income versus expenditure.
Yeah.
And it's different. That's why you said the prelude to this, we can say $30,000, I'll say Australian, per annum to live comfortably in Thailand. Is a lot different to 30,000 US annum, especially with the conversion rate at the moment. It's almost double what we're getting, almost.
No, not quite, but yeah.
You know what I mean.
Yeah.
So I wanted a relaxed lifestyle. I'm not living in Bangkok. The budget I gave myself was between 10,000 and 15,000 baht a month for a rental.
Yep.
You look at that here in Bangkok, that gives you I suppose, a 20 square metre studio.
Oh, 20, I'd say, let's be conservative, a 28 square metre. Yeah.
Studio,
yeah, which is a room with a toilet. In it.
Yes.
And a shower, and it may be a shower.
Yeah.
The shower is actually out of the toilet. So you have a crap while you're having a shower. That's the sort of, you got to understand that sort of stuff. You know, you don't see this. And there's a few channels like that. I think what's his name? He's doing the hotel stuff around the place.
Yes. It'll come to me. If we forget, we'll put it down.
Well, we spoke to him a couple of weeks ago. Just trying to think of the
Paul.
Paul. No, it wasn't Paul. But yeah, I'll have to look it up on my phone just to remember the channels I watch. Oh my God!
So I worked it out that the budget, if I'm out in Nakhon Phanom district, San Fran or Rai King area, my 15,000 baht a month gives me a 3-bedroom house with a yard, outside area,
place to park the car and the bikes.
And it's got a lounge room, it's got a dining room, it's got a kitchen, it's got 3 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, got an ensuite. And if I want to come into Bangkok like we do regularly, we get a taxi to Laksong.
250 baht,
and then we're on Laksong.
Laksong, then it's
BTS, MRT, and we're here. And I do that for my schooling every Friday. So that came into the budget as well. How much is my schooling going to cost me? And then how much insurance on the bikes, how much petrol, how much food, and entertainment-wise when we go out. And so I actually come in, and it's probably highs and lows depending on after the bias, because I've outlaid a lot of stuff. Like we did the video about how do you set yourself up in Thailand, but that again was budgeted. I can probably get by on 30,000 baht a month. But let me say I'm single. You're different.
Well, I've got extra expenses, like you know. I love my girl, and I love she loves to be dressed up. Like coming home yesterday from our little outing, she stopping on the side of the road for durian. I don't even eat durian, but that was 600 baht for a seasonal fruit, which honestly is fruit. It's fruit. Come on. What's so great about it is I don't want to get addicted. I'm the sort of person, the fact that would probably start to like it if I started eating it. Then I'd have an addiction level to it, and there's 600 baht a week just for durian. Best thing for me is just you can take your durian, but they're always the unsolicited. But again, it comes down to what I'm right now. We're on a fixed mortgage. That was for 3 years, so we've still got 2 years of the fixed mortgage. Hopefully, the industry will correct itself in the next 2 years and get back to a stable interest rate again. I said, we've got runaway inflation right now, and so they're talking about raising, what they call base rates by whatever they are, 1%, 2%, just
in Thailand.
This is all coming up, and it's going around the world. That'll impact us. So that 24,000 baht may become 28 to 30,000 baht a month, which then leaves me on that 30,000 a year. That leaves me with basically 30,000 a month to live on. I've got my electricity on top of that. That's 5,000 baht a month. But 25, I could easily live on 25,000 baht a month. There's no other expenses apart from food, right? And maybe your clothes on your back and everything. The thing that I'm going to have to sacrifice is the trips into Bangkok, where that costs me, no joke, probably 20,000 baht a month. if I stop buying the girls, ringing the bell, and I could probably halve that price. But
But that's the fun of the night out. You get the guys together.
Yeah.
Everyone. It's actually we haven't really spoken about this in depth. Everyone sees the boys' night out videos. Love to be there. You guys are having fun.
Yeah.
But on the other side of it, there is one real serious side. It actually gives us a chance to chat,
And connect.
catch up, connect,
Yeah.
and talk to people. And we've already got that connection in common where we've made the effort to be in Thailand, which does bring a lot of people together. And then you get the additional connections where Jerry likes his music, likes his guitar.
Yeah.
Chris is into computer games, understands the media industry, worked in movies and things like that. So you get those on-set connections, and then you're able to sit down and sort of get things off your chest in a nice environment, rather than what I use, and I'm going to get flamed for this, the expat society.
Oh yeah.
And I'm happy to say that, and I'll take the abuse, but if you're in somewhere and all you want to do is complain, why you're there.
Yeah.
But what I see is, I think that particular genre or that particular generation will whinge and bitch no matter where they are.
Yeah.
And if that's your life, fine. I don't want to get involved in that.
Yeah.
I'm having too much fun.
We've had the same conversation. People seem to think I'm worried about the troll. No, sir. Believe me, the trolls are quite welcome. They're actually the best viewers. The viewing count, they're the best viewers. They want to watch the video 2 or 3 times, try to pick on something. Do you think it worries me? No, I'm living in Thailand. I'm living the lifestyle, everything that I chose to live, which I worked for all my life, right? And I'm enjoying myself. There's absolutely nothing these people can say that's going to faze me. I choose everything, and I'm a consequence of the choices I've made throughout my life.
And we talk about that diminished responsibility. That is one thing that I go on about, is that if people accept the responsibility for their actions, their speech, their behaviour, there'll be less issues.
Oh, yummy.
And Wazza's food turns up, so...
You have some chicken from...
Okay, darling. Say hello to the people.
Hey, happy days.
Happy
Today
Thursday.
was day? Tuesday?
Thursday. Surprise day.
Friday.
Surprise day, because we're back here tomorrow.
Handsome man. To us, the handsome man.
Yeah, and they do like to lie a little bit too.
No, you have to be proud of yourself, because every day you look good and handsome. Same Susie, beautiful every day.
You are.
But this is all part of our gang, our crew. We just love being together. We're not aiming to be superstars. We're just aiming to have a good time. And the best place we've found to have a good time here is Susie's place.
Yeah.
And she does take.
Life is good.
Life is good.
Yeah.
Life is good.
Right, and she's not cooking for me today. I wanted tacos
I'm cooking
today.
with my young man.
Yeah,
He loves it.
yeah, it's all good. It's all good. I love you, my sister.
One day we are exercise together.
Oh really? No, my God, no.
Up and down.
That exercise, okay. You better eat.
We enjoy. I have to check.
And yeah, we've got background music on here, but we're running the labial mic, so hopefully we'll have our local volume and covering the microphone should keep the background music to a minimum. Otherwise, whoever's playing that music, then
I still can't work that out.
it's a bizarre system. I'm sorry, your background music, right? We're not playing your music to entertain the crowd. This is just background music,
Yeah.
but it's the way the system works.
This one guy, he is my own first boss.
Which one?
Boss, he the boss magic table.
Oh
The
yeah.
boss soy makala.
Well, I've seen before.
Soy
Yeah.
cowboys.
Yeah.
He is my leader. And he make a pizza shop over there.
Hey, he's making pizza
Yeah,
shop.
he opened September.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, okay. I see the sign. Yeah. It's all good. So
He's
we got,
a good leader of mine.
Yeah, so where were we? Where were we? So, look, everybody's budget is going to depend on what sort of lifestyle. Like, if you're going to take ladies of the night, 3 to 5 days a week,
Yeah.
you're going to have to look at more. Right? If you're going to live a single lifestyle and you live like a Thai, right? Which is kapao mu, kapam mu, like
Gai Tod.
Gai Tod, the simple foods, right? 7 days a week and shop at Big C and cook for yourself and everything else. Look, a foreigner could live on 15,000 baht a month easily as your food and general living expenses. Living in Bangkok's a different. Like we're talking to B today. We're just the chicken dish, chicken chicken rice. Kawangai, yeah. Kawangai. Like we pay 25 baht for that. She was just saying, just here in Bangkok, she's only been here a few days, right? Living basically in Rob's room in the hospital there, going out to get rice. A styrofoam thing just of rice, 40 baht in Bangkok. That's without the chicken, and you're going, you've got to think about these sort of things if you're going to make a long-term stay of it. Right? Again, I've heard varying stories, for lifestyle in Pattaya. Again, I think the thing that kills you in Pattaya is the beer money and the nighttime entertainment money. That's the thing that kills you in Pattaya. If you're staying in Jomtien, Rayong, things like that, it's a different thing, right? Where we are, it's suburban. It's very suburban. You're not paying through the nose. There's no special farang pricing because you are really the only farang out there. They don't see any advantage in trying to rip you off. So not like the taxi today. Got his number. No, all right. But this is what again, you've got to be smart about coming here. And the only way you get smart is you hang out with a community of people. Okay, so we've got Jerry's meetup crew, and I've talked about that before. Again, that's on the link down below about that meetup group. You just have to join the meetup.com website, then follow that group. They meet every Friday here in the M Quarter, in the Aubon Pain, which is a coffee shop where you're paying 120 baht for a coffee, as opposed to 20 or 30 baht that like where we got coffee this morning. It's if you want to pay 4 times the price, it's up to you. No problem. But coffee is coffee.
Sorry.
Say hello. Say hello. She's shy.
Shy. You go.
You go. She's shy. Yeah. But this is what it comes down to. You just got to be a little bit smart, a little bit on the ball, right? Don't expect it to just happen for you. You're going to have to do your research. Hanging out with us in the crew, there is no cost involved. Always appreciate gratuities. $2 a month as a Patreon or member on the channel. I don't know, it's $2, I don't know. I think it's $3 Australian, $2 American. YouTube and Patreon handle that. I just put in a number, and they take their cut. Patreon take 10%, YouTube take 30%. I prefer you to be on Patreon. Right? And of course, if you go on the Patreon, you get a special members area in our Discord channel. Of course, if you are a member on the YouTube, that's okay. You just got to give me your, I got to match you up so I know you're a member, and then you get access to that place as well on the Discord. But again, you've got to come to the club. Right? The club doesn't come to you. Only too happy to help you out and do things, but you've got to come to where the club is. What you do?
They give you some fork or some spoon.
No, I
They don't give you fork.
I don't see it, and I just put on the plate. It's okay. I think this one. I just took the wrapper off. Trying to work out where the cutlery went to. I don't think it came. But this is what it comes down to. It's just really, you can make your own budget. If you choose to want to live in high, so 65,000 baht a month living, go to restaurant meals every night, you're going to be struggling on $30,000 a year. which is, I think, probably equivalent to maybe $20,000 US a year at the current exchange rates.
But can I just point out,
Yeah.
a lot of people when they visit Thailand, they usually come here for a short time, like a holiday, maybe 3 or 4 weeks at the most.
Yeah.
And their lifestyle while they're here for that short time is pretty full on.
Oh yeah, yeah,
So, but the thing is, that's their holiday.
yeah.
That's what they've budgeted for that 3 or 4 week or 2 week period. It is not like that if you choose to stay here
Yeah.
full time. If you do that, then you're going to run out of money very quickly.
Very quickly.
Very quickly.
And don't forget, like I did 7 years of backwards and forwards, 4 times a year, right, to see my girl, right, get an idea. The icing was spread on the cake in the last 2 years because I actually qualified for all that. I actually had access to my long service leave before that, but my long service leave actually kicked in about 2012. Where I could have taken, the initial 8 weeks then, but I think I took it. Well, it wasn't until about 2014 before I took half of it then, which is 4 weeks. And again, you've got to do that long-term thing. You've got to go for 4 weeks. Don't forget, I was out of the hotel circuit well before then. We already had our house, and back then we were renting like Todd is now. So 4 weeks living in Thailand. Really got a chance to see what the average monthly spend was about. Did that twice in a row, and the accumulated knowledge over 7 years really helped me, feel comfortable with my overall plan. There's been, as I said, there's been a few hiccups. I certainly appreciate some more Patreons and members, because YouTube, what they give you for the AdSense is, it's like, it's seriously, it's gone down over half of what it was 2 years ago. There's just less advertisers wanting to be on front of the channels. I guess more channels to choose from. And Global Troublemaker was that channel I was trying to think about, by the way. He does a lot of hotel stuff, here in Bangkok and around, showing the high-style living.
Yeah.
I was going to make the suggestion you should look at some of the budget accommodation so you get an idea what really the budget is. I've got a video there in I think it's the first video in my Bangkok Insider where we were looking for Stephen out west, some of the budget accommodation where it's long-term accommodation in what they call one-room sets.
Yeah.
There was one there at 4,500 baht a month.
Yeah.
There was another one there we did which was pretty more appropriate at 8,000 baht a month. But hey, yours 14,000 baht a month for a 3-bedroom house.
But it did, I'll put the caveat in there, it did take me a lot of research to be able to get to that stage. And I did a lot of research back in Australia.
Yeah.
You can do a lot online, but just remember what's online is online. You've got to actually see it for real. And
You've got to get there, you've got to take a wander through. You've got to feel comfortable with the whole situation because there will always be that element of surprise. Because they're basically, Thailand is a cash economy and I'm not going to fault that. It's just something you're going to have to get used to, right? And you're going to have to be smart, not angry. Be smart.
Exactly.
Like today, I just said, I know the rules. All I did was took a photo of the guy's ID.
Yeah.
No problem.
Yeah.
I'll call the police.
Yeah.
Up, on you go.
Yeah.
Right. I'll just put my report in, and of course, when that accumulates enough, if he's done it enough times, he loses his license.
Yep.
Right. They don't think about it. They don't think long term. This is one of the things you're going to have to really get used to here in Thailand, is the long term thinking of the Thai population. It just seems to not exist. Well, across the general population base. There are some smart Thais here, and like Fidel, he's a smart guy.
Yep. But again, an engineer like you. So.
He's an engineer, and I think engineers, birds of a feather, flock together. So anyway, as I would, we'll wrap this up here. I think that we've covered the main points of what we wanted to cover today. We didn't get lost, unfortunately. My sense of direction is too good.
Unlike me last Friday.
Unlike you last Friday. But again, look, we're always out there feeling what you guys want to talk about, what do you want to get a feeling for, right? Again, it sounds like a broken record. The Discord channel is our place.
Yeah.
That's where we hang out. You can pretty much catch either of us in there on a daily basis in Thai day, which is like evening in Australia,
And morning in America, but-
late night
Late
America,
morning,
bedtime in UK.
Yeah.
So sorry, it's just the way it goes. So, it's a round planet, globe.
It is.
You know,
It's not a flat world.
it's
That's going to fire him up again.
oh yeah,
It's
that'll
not a
fire
flat
up
world.
the friggin' flat earthers. Oh my god. Just in closing, there was a guy, a flat earther, right, having an argument with a guy in the International Space Station where he's looking out the frickin' window at a frickin' globe.
Yeah.
He's trying to argue the point that, oh, that's all CGI.
Yeah. You cannot mitigate against stupidity.
That's it.
And last but not least, some gene pools forgot the intake of chlorine
That's
tablets.
it.
That's
And
it.
they forgot the chlorine. Well, as we sort of say,
Your snack.
snacks. She makes me fat again. Oh my god.
That's one
When
thing
you're
we're going
talking
to
about
say.
fat, when you're talking about fat, life is good.
Life is
Susie
good.
does look
Life is
after
good. Life is good. Good.
Life is baby. It's my twin.
My twin. Anyway, we're out of here. Thanks for joining in for our little tete-a-tete today. And look, we're only two up. We're going to do more Bangkok stuff. And that's going to really depend on, how encouraged we get. Right?
Let's ask questions.
Start some questions, right? As I said, gratuities, they're always great. And I'm like buying a round of drinks here. That's, there goes my Patreon money for the month. I just go, you get the idea. Love you and leave you. Peace out, guys. Bye for now. Hit the button.
I want you to lift me up so high.